Hey, what's up, everybody? Steven here, aka Wild Eye Guy 85. Got another review for you. This one is for Beware the Children.
Two murders in Happy Valley on the same day. I don't know if we got a crazy person running around or what. But this needs to stop, and it needs to stop now.
She's crying. Let's see if this will make her cry even more.
Alright, that's Beware the Children. Came out in 2018. Runtime is an hour and a half. A town's community is threatened when a group of children's biggest fears come true. I'll show you some images from the movie. We got some behind the scenes there. One of the kills. Looks like most of them are behind the scenes photos right there, and then at different awards or film festival, behind the scenes, all those. All right. It was written and directed by Kimberly Taylor Fagan. She also plays in the movie, and if she's the mom that I'm thinking, she should have stuck with just being the director and writer. Most of the adults in here were horrible actors, I'm sorry to say. It's just like there was no emotion to them. They were just talking. Like, whenever something happened in it, it almost didn't seem like a big deal, or how a real parent would act in real life. And the same thing with the police officers. They just seemed bland. I don't know. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. But the kids definitely made the movie, in my opinion. They were far better than the adults. The movie got a 6.7 out of 10, which is kind of high in my opinion, unless it's just for the storyline and giving credit towards the kids, then I guess I agree with it. Otherwise, I'd probably give it maybe a 4.5. The actors in the movie are Darby Matthews as Detective Taylor, Sheenan Cole as Kimberly, Ferris Turner as Abby, Aaron Mitchell as Judge Palmer, Justin Buckheimer as Sergeant Brody, Lori Tom Thompson Sr. as Homeless Man, Giovanni Koa as Young Townsend, Sarah Dudley Thompson as Sally, August Scott Young Mark, Jennifer K. Dawson as Miss Grady, Yasina Medina as CSI number 2, Amelia Steed is Young Denise, Jared Antelone as Detective Moore, Madison Harrington as Young Susan, Joe Scrape as Homeless Woman, Michael J. Bradford is Mr. Townsend, Gary Wayne Loper as Sheriff Walker, Georgia Cohen as Sister Jackson, Ray Pepperman as Kelly Ann Smith, Melanie Buford as Aunt Mel, Trey Shebel as Sam, Colby Shebel as Kane, Jeff Fagan as David. A lot of the same names. I'm thinking like actual family members probably worked on this movie, which is interesting. Courtney Middleton as Missy, Demorian Therese Lazina as Little Joe, Demorian Lazina as Joe, well, again with the same name. Probably all really were family members. There's Kimberly Taylor Fagan, the writer-director, as Kelly, Noah Pierce as young Davy, Chris Irving as Denise, Kayla Shable as Ghost Girl, another same last name, Bailey Johnson as Marcy. I don't know why they have her twice. Jack McKillen as Johnny, Edward Pierce as Alex, Tabitha Rowan as Allie. All right, so the movie starts out in the same Happy Valley, 1964, when Townsend, as a kid, he was bullied, and then his mom even calls him a freak. He just snaps, takes the hammer, and kills her. He ends up in a psych ward where he may or may not later get released after a certain amount of years, but his doctor doesn't think that he should. He ends up killing her and getting a new doctor, so he obviously is freed later on. It goes to the present day where the family's moving back into their old town in a new house. They were from there. That's why there was like everybody waving in the beginning of the trailer and welcoming them home. And while the parents are seeing their old friends, they all find out all their kids are having nightmares and trouble sleeping. They all have different fears, whether they see like a ghost dead girl, a monster, being afraid of being burned, a parent and as an evil doll, just different things that they're having night terrors. And they hear about this doctor, Townsend, who's supposed to help with their fears, so they decide to take them to a group therapy. And after the session, Townsend was supposed to meet him at the park across the street or somewhere nearby. And of course, he never shows up. And he had hypnotized the kids to kill their parents and people in the town by thinking that they're killing their fear. And that's how he wanted his revenge. So, of course, a couple of the parents who were at home, they go after, they're being picked off one by one. And the other parents are worried that they're not showing up like they're supposed to, not knowing what's going on. They call the cops. And as for the kill scenes, they're pretty decent. Well, some of them, I mean, they're okay. There's been better ones. They got a combination of some CGI and practical effects. So some of the kills work, some don't. But the kids, like I said, really make the movie. So give them credit for that. And that's basically what's going on. And the cops are trying to figure out what's going on, because there's never been murders in the town like this, and there's a few. There's witnesses or the other people saying that mention the name Townsend or his description. So the cops try to track him down for a final confrontation, which I won't spoil it if you do decide to see the movie. I mean, I guess it's worth watching if you're a Wild Eye fan. It's not at the top of my list, but if you want to check it out, go for it. So let me know if you've seen it down in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time.